Are you a working mother who's struggling to manage her time because there's just so much for you to do? In any one day, you've got to fit in work, homeschooling, feeding the kids, walking the dog, and calling your elderly parent. Oh, and don't forget to exercise and put makeup on before you start work. And whenever someone tries to help you, they just say stupid things like, just set a goal, decide to eat healthy, don't forget to work out. I help professional women to make confident choices in how to run their lives and implement those choices effortlessly day to day. Why? Well, I'm a single parent to 5 children. I run my own business, and I have learned that there are very few things that are actually going to help you in this scenario. It's just because of how we're built as women. And the only way to understand this is that let me give you an example on the side. The only way to navigate an incredibly stressful situation is to understand that the vehicle you're using has to be at its best. What do I mean? Well, there is no car which has flat tires and drives well. And a car's just not going to drive if it's not got petrol. How about we transfer that to understanding how you work? Because it helps for you to look at something a bit separate to you. How do you work when you're exhausted, when you're frustrated, and you're waking up drained? Because do you find that your life's working better? We mistakenly think that as mothers and our working mothers, that our priorities are the children, then it's work, then it's other stuff, and this stuff, and this stuff, and all I've got to do, and then maybe at the end of the list, oh, me. Why do we do this? Because we're inherently driven as mothers, as women, and as working mothers to look after people, to do our best, to try our hardest, because we've had to be like that in order to succeed. Seriously, how many times as a professional woman, as a professional working mother, have you thought, I wish I could clone myself? The thing is, none of this is actually helpful because it hasn't helped you yet, has it? I want to tell you what you can do to make your life easier. What if you turned all of this on its head and then made you the priority in your day? What do I mean by that? Here are 3 rules to help you to use that will help you become the priority in your day. I'm just a big believer that if you systemize things and you don't have to remember it every day and you don't have to think about it every day, your day just goes better. I don't have time to remember things every day. So I systemize the crap out of all of it, because the more I've systemized it, the more I find I can actually get on with my day without having to have the back of my head busy with things I've got to do, things I've got to do. Otherwise, my to-do lists would just be so terrible. So here are 3 rules that will help you work this out. Every night, sit down and actually work out what you are going to eat the next day. And by that, I mean specifically, what is the healthiest things that you're going to eat that are going to give you energy? Number 2, while you're doing that, now this is the night before, set a time in your calendar where an alarm goes that tells you now is when you stop and you eat. You must refuel physically. Then the 3rd thing is pick a time in every day where you get 5 minutes by yourself. You don't have your telephone, you don't have anything there at all. And I understand actually that with kids that's not so easy. I have totally taken my 5 minutes while I'm hiding in the loo, because that is the only place I could be quiet. But set the intention to have that 5 minutes, take that 5 minutes, because what it does is it actually helps you to refuel emotionally. It's also a very good time to pick a breathing exercise where you slow your breath and you become more present, because there is no better time. When you do that, you end up allowing your body to relax and you end up refueling. You come out of it better than you went in. Ultimately, when you set these 3 simple rules in place, you're actually saying this: how I feel matters. You're making yourself the priority in your day. And this matters because how you show up every day is how your day is going to go that day. Once you feel good, different solutions to problems come up that just were not available to you before. They weren't available to you. But when you feel good, you start to feel good and think good and do good. And you have to be at your best for that to happen.